What's up, college football fans? Don't forget to check out and order your copy of Stiff Arming Football Myths, our latest football game plan book. So go on our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copy. We have these available in paperback as well as in PDF form. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our preview of the 2014 San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl between the Navy Midshipmen and the San Diego State Aztecs. Now let's take a look at some coaching points for both teams in this ball game, starting with Navy.
And for Navy in this ball game, I would have Parrish Gaines, the free safety, shade over Ezell Ruffin. That's San Diego State's #1 option in the passing game. You want to force Quinn Kaler to go to other targets consistently throughout the matchup. And if you take your best and shade it over their best, it gives you a great chance of making that happen. And I would also press on the corners. Again, you want to throw off the timing of the passing game. You want to get Kaler to hold that football just a little bit too long, and that way you can have some success. And it also ties into my third point: make Quinn Kaler beat you throwing the football. San Diego State can run the football with some of the best teams in the country. You put them in backed up situations, it bodes well for your defense to be successful against the SDSU. And for the Aztecs, it's all about containing the perimeter defensively. The reason why Navy is so successful is because their option forces you to play the entire field. If you can contain the perimeter and force them downhill, that bodes well for your defense to have some success versus this triple option attack. And I would keep it inside in the running game. I love the way the Aztecs can run the football downhill. They have two big mammoth guards on the inside, and leaning on this defense in front of Navy could lead them to victory. And you have to stay technically sound on defense versus any option team. You go back to when San Diego State played Air Force. They did a great job. They were technically sound. They played assignment football. No one left their gaps. Everyone did what they were supposed to do, and that's why they were able to shut down the Falcons' offense. The biggest X factor in this game for the midshipmen will be the play of their outside linebackers, Obi Uzoma and also Chris Johnson. They have to make sure they contain on the outside, force everything back inside, so that way inside backers Jordan Drake and Daniel Gonzalez can make plays at or behind the line of scrimmage. But I do believe the outside backers, Uzoma and Johnson, will have to have a huge role in the outcome of this ball game. And the biggest X factor for the Aztecs will be the play of Christian Hayward, the defensive tackle, the former USC transfer. How well you can play on the inside determines how well you can defend the triple option attack, which is why I believe Hayward will have to have a big-time impact for this Aztecs defense in this matchup. Now here are some 2015 draft prospects you want to keep an eye on in this ball game. Two on each side, and for Navy, Parrish Gaines is one of the top free safety prospects in the country. Despite having the 2-year commitment, I think this guy is going to be a fine NFL prospect, and Jordan Drake has the athleticism that you want to see on the outside, and also can play inside backer. Now when you look at San Diego State, Ezell Ruffin is the #1 option, 6'1", 210, great size, and is also dangerous after the catch. And I'm a big fan of offensive tackle Terry Poole at 6'5", 310. Safety Chet Moeller is definitely a campus legend. Played at Navy from 1972 to 1975. Became a first-team All-American as a senior, and is only the 6th Navy midshipman to be honored as a unanimous selection. He was also a 2-time All-East performer, and in 1975 he was the East Coast Athletic Conference Player of the Year. After transferring from Mount San Antonio Junior College as well as USC, Dennis Shaw put together a 2-year career at San Diego State that was very impressive. And while playing for the Aztecs, he set an NCAA record by throwing 9 touchdown passes in a 70-21 win against New Mexico State. And in the same season, he set a single-season school record for touchdown passes with 39. Navy and San Diego State are very familiar with each other and the Poinsettia Bowl, as they faced off against each other back in 2010. San Diego State jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Navy made it competitive by closing the gap to 7 before San Diego State, led by Ronnie Hillman, took over in the fourth quarter and pulled away from the midshipmen 35-14. The 1996 Aloha Bowl was a very entertaining matchup, especially in the first half, as Navy took on Cal, and Cal built a 35-28 halftime lead before Navy came roaring back in the fourth quarter with 14 unanswered points to win 42-38. In the 1967 Camellia Bowl, San Diego State took on San Francisco State, and this was a game between two legendary head coaches as Don Air Coryell took on Vic Rowan of San Francisco State, and that day the Aztecs were a much better football team than the Gators as they went on to win 27-6. I like San Diego State in this ball game. I believe the ground game of the Aztecs will prove to be too much for Navy. I think they'll be able to run the football at ease against that defense of the midshipmen. I think defensively, keep an eye on Christian Hayward. I think this guy could have his coming out party versus this option attack of Navy. So I think the Aztecs come away the 2014 Poinsettia Bowl champs.